Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is an FV207. It's a Tier 8 British SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka and it's under the command of ChaosWarlord. Battle started. Now the FV207, based on the Conqueror, it's got a choice of guns. You can either have a 5.5 inch SP, which is basically the same gun as you'll find on the Crusader, or you can have a 6-inch gun, which is basically the same as 152mm, which is like the Russian Arty, but it's all a difference of reload times, slightly quicker reload with the 5.5 than you have with the others, and well, some penetration difference as well. And there's a big difference in damage because you only get 600 alpha with these ones. With the 6-inch you actually get 700 alpha. Okay, well, he's stopped to take a quick shot because there's a E75 at the other end of the map, and tracking shot, long range shot, leading shot, just missed him. Okay, there's 3 Arty on both sides in this game. As you can see that. Our teammate Arty are the batch at 155.55, the tier 9 French. And there's also an FV207, which of course is the British tier 9. It's a tier 10 game with tier 8 tanks in it. So he's got the potential to earn a lot of extra XP because of course he's hitting higher tier opponents. Right up there on the hill we just saw, I think it was a T95, not a T95, what was it? It was a T95 E6, that's what it was. I was trying to think for myself, what was that type of tank? He's actually changing his position, but he's not hiding on the west side of the map. He's actually staying, moving about on the baseline and just going from cover to cover. ISM, rounds out. Yes, he got some, he splashed him for 122. He's decided just to stay with that bush for the moment. You can see it's got quite a wide arc, but that's because the gun is mounted in a pivot mount, very much like the M44 for that sense, but it's not as wide as the M44, and that does cause a few headaches for some players who are used to having a wide arc. He fires around into Samur and just stuns him, unfortunately, just a little too late. You have to lead the targets when they're at distance by as much as it takes for them to drive to that spot. Some of the mods will actually show you the flight time of the shell. The mods are not working on this particular replay. Oh, direct hit on the Samur. That's got thin armor, that heavy, and so he didn't like that one. 182 hit points gone. But it is a non-penetrating shot. Almost loaded, ready for another one. Around about 25 seconds if I remember correctly for the reload. Ooh, unfortunately we just lost our lurver to the Samur, who's up here at the moment, but well, we're now going back to that ISM because he's been joined by an OHO, and the good thing here is if we hit the OHO we'll probably splash the ISM at the same time because they were very close together. Well, it was a blind shot there, so we just don't know how much damage we did, but we know for certain that we did hit the OHO because there was no explosion. He's marking the spot to let his teammates know that's where he's aiming, and I always think this is a really good thing with communicating with tank drivers, to actually pass them the information to say this is what I'm looking at, and then the tank drivers can communicate back saying no, we need you to hit this particular tank or that particular tank. Or they shoot at the enemy that you're looking at and they disable him and makes it an easy shot for you. Plus of course they pick up all the damage assistance, and that's a really good thing. We're communicating to your teammates, then they're aware of when they can get support and when they can't. And that Samur just got tracked by an Arty round, and ChaosWarlord's almost ready to shoot. He fires, and oh, the target was killed just before the shell arrived. That was a certain kill for sure. He'd just taken a massive great hit from the Arty stationary tracked, and then somebody blasted around in horizontally and took him out the game. Okay, fires another blind shot at the Oho and hits him again. Now, there are mods you can get out there which will actually prevent you hitting a target or hitting a wreck instead of a live tank. And I would recommend getting those, even though those mods used to be used for preventing you actually hitting your own teammates. And they were valuable when you did that. Nice hit on the ISM 284. But now it's actually quite useful to prevent you aiming at or hitting a target, firing a shell at the last moment at a target that's already been killed. And so they do save you more ammo. Oh, the ISM just got wiped out by the batch at 155.55. We're going for the Oho again, and another hit, 197. He's slowly being whittled away, hit by hit. The death of 1,000 cuts, as Jingles put it. But of course he was meaning the FV207 when he was saying that. Some people have said that the FV207 makes a very good Frontline Arty, and I think it's one specific community contributor or content creator who actually said that. But actually, to be honest, I don't think the FV207 makes a good Frontline Arty. I have seen it played, and I've seen it played where the person actually kept it alive for the entire battle and ended up as a general. But the problem is the FV207 is very, very slow. And that means you are very vulnerable to the enemy if they do win a particular zone. If you don't get out quick enough, you will die. And he got a direct hit on the Tiger too. The best Arty for Frontline is without doubt the Lorraine 15551. And that's because it has the speed to relocate quickly, even to get away from the enemy lights or the wheelies if they turn up. And another direct hit on that Oho. Now, he hasn't relocated for a while, but I don't think he really needs to be honest. Okay, they've got a Death Turtle on the other side of the map. On the west side, he's making his way down the tree line. And he's about to come across a Wizzy 1201 GFT, the Chinese Tier 8 Premium. Which is a very, very good tank destroyer. And that one landed next to him, but not on him. You can see he's still there because the shells were stopping at that spot. Still stunned. Let's try and put another round into him. If we can set fire to him. Those big fuel tanks on the rear. Rounds out. Another 77. It all counts. All helps. I thoroughly recommend indicating your target to your teammates. And that's another thing. You see a lot of players say, oh, well, Arty players, they only use one hand. That's all they need to do. They're all onanists. Well, not really, no. If you're playing Arty properly, you're using your other hand to communicate with your teammates and let them know what you're doing. You're using your T key, indicating targets, marking the ground, letting your teammates know where the next shell is going to be arriving. Using the reloading key to say, I'm in reload at this moment. It's going to be, what, 10 seconds before you'll get your next support. Another hit on the Tiger 2. ChaosWarlord spreading the love around. That's what earns you Confederate medals. Oh, now that's a nice target. That is a Death Star. The FV215B 183 with a huge 183mm gun, but very susceptible to Arty. Rounds out. And he's dead. Yes, I did say they were susceptible to Arty. T95 is still there. Yeah, and he's been joined by a T28 prop this time. I'm sorry, I have to laugh at that. That is just too hilarious. He just exploded. And the T-95's on his last legs and killed by the FV207. So that's another one for the FV207. 2 kills. In fact, he's the lead scorer so far. Over on the hill, the enemy's still having difficulty trying to get over the edge of the hill, over the ridgeline. Well, looks like we're going to try and hit that T-95 E6. And that one's, it's tracked him. And it's, what was it? 147 hit points of damage, and he's picked up some stun assist as well. Now they're still focusing on taking on our Centurion and IS-3A at the center line, and it looks like the other Arty are also firing into this spot. ChaosWarlord fires in, and well, that must have been near them surely. Surprisingly, we're still 1 tank down on the enemy at the moment. Oh, the Oho goes. There's the Tiger 2. We've hit him before. And we're about to hit him again, I think. Momentary bit of reticule bloom there from the from him adjusting his aim. And one of the enemy tanks is now making it his way over the hill. So now would be a good time to hit him. So one of our teammates is up there. And that's a Borsig. There's an enemy heavy on the hill. I think it might actually be the T-95 E6. You just need him to spot. He's got the 128mm gun, not the 15cm gun, that Borsig. There he is. Now, can we stun that guy? Rounds out. Yes, nice one. And 2 Artys hit him simultaneously. And the Borsig just finished him off. Okay, so now we've got the advantage. We're 1 tank up on the enemy. The IS-3A goes down. E-75's next. Down to half his hit points. Adjust your aim. Lead the target. Rounds out. And oh, it's going to land just to one side of him. Okay, somebody's indicating grid square A9. That might indicate that that might be where one of the enemy Arty is. We've found another one. It's the GW Tiger. And immediately ChaosWarlord adjusts to hit that one because it's only an Arty player knows how powerful Arty can be. So he fires a round in. Well, he damaged him. 209 hit points. That was probably a near miss. And the GW Tiger gets taken out yet again by another one to the FV207. That player is having an excellent match. 3 kills. Still the lead scorer. Okay, we've got an E-75 and the Tiger 2 over on the east side of the map. East side of the railway line. Dialing in to try and splash the E-75. Yep. Well, we critical hitted him, which probably meant that we tracked him. Now you notice how ChaosWarlord is adjusting his position. He's moving north because this is the end game now. There's only 2 enemies left. The E-75, he's got the rear of him. Yep, 144. I think that was a direct hit. There's a school bus, the SU-14-2. He was over on the east side of the map, and that was probably the Arty that they indicated was in A9. But now the E-75 is the last enemy alive. Oh! And the FV207 claims another victim to be the lead scorer alongside the Centurion 7-1 in the end of that game. Well, let's have a look at the end of battle stats and see how well they did. It's an ace tanker for ChaosWarlord in the FV207. I said that he would earn extra XP for hitting tier 10 opponents, and boy did he earn it. Yes, he did earn a lot in that one. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14, and he did get a Confederate because he spread the love around all of the enemy tanks to make sure that they were felt needed, and that we were thinking of them by hitting them with as much HE as we could, and earned himself a Confederate medal in the process. Well done. And by the way, this was a stock FV207. He wasn't playing it with any of the equipment. He actually did do that battle stock. That's why it had the 5.5 inch gun, not the 6 inch. So let's have a look at team score. Well, there you go. He was actually at the top 3. Well, top 4 actually, I think. The highest scorer was the Death Star on our team with 3,642 hit points of damage. The GW Tiger on the enemy team managed 3,548. And after that, it was the Batchat 155.55 on our team, who was doing a lot of damage but not getting a lot of kills. 3,329 to him. And after that, it was the T95 on the enemy team who tried to go down that tree line and failed, 3,122. But then came ChaosWarlord with 3,027. So he was actually in 5th place when it came to the end of the game. But if you look at the number of kills, you can see that the Centurion 7-1 got 4, so did the FV207, who was having a very good game. He was doing a lot of damage as well, but he kept on doing the kill steals right at the last moment. His shell would come in and finish off the enemy after somebody else had softened it up. And when it came to base XP, yes, because he's tier 8, 1,164 base experience points to him. Centurion 7-1 managed 1,094, and these were the only 2 players who managed to get over 1,000 base experience points, so well done, ChaosWarlord. He fired 27 shots in that game, got 12 direct hits, no penetrations, but he did get 29 splashes, so he obviously hit some tanks, or more than one tank at the same time. 3,027 hit points of damage, and all of it was done at more than 300 meters. He hit 10 of the enemy and only killed 1, but he did do 550 hit points of damage assistance and 1,874 hit points of stun assist of 28 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 57,528 credits, got personal missions payout of 28,764, and after ammunition resupply, took away 46,892 credits. So, profitable battle. 1,746 XP times 2 for the first victory, got the same again for personal reserve bonus, and 873 for personal missions payout. So he took away 6,111, and that's bound to boost this new cruise skills up nicely. So well done with the stock FV207. It can actually grow on you, this Arty, after a while. It's not as powerful as some of the other ones in the game, no, because its caliber is limited. It's under 152, well, just 152 millimeters, the top gun that you can actually handle. But it does have a decent fire rate. So in a battle like this, you can easily earn Confederate medals if you keep your fire rate up. If you keep firing at the enemy as much as you can throughout the battle, you're going to have plenty of shells, and you will more than likely pick up a Confederate medal to boot. So yes, if you do get one of these, you're likely to get a fair number of medals. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.